over the weekend. And electric bills are about to start going up for thousands of people, and not just because of the changing weather. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Monday morning. And again, we need Monday morning to define Friday morning.
Yes.
So it's all good.
Got to start somewhere in the week,
you
right?
do have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And again, we're seeing the last summer of Monday of summer, easy for me to say. And we have a little bit of wind happening today, actually a red flag warning. We have just a lot going on, cooler temperatures. And Jill, by Wednesday, we're going to be in the 60s for most of our cities. That's way off from the lower 90s and upper 80s we had over our weekend. So that red flag warning, we have heavy winds, especially in Ellensburg during our afternoon, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, low humidity, dry conditions. So we have heightened fire danger. So that's going to be through 8 o'clock tonight. So a little bit more blustery than we've been experiencing for really the past 2 weeks. So our highs today were about 10 degrees off where we were over our weekend, but we're still right around our average for our cities. 81 for the Tri-Cities, upper 70s for Walla Walla and Yakima. We're already in the upper 60s today, though, for the Ellensburg region. And folks, it is going to be very chilly very quickly. So heavy winds, Ellensburg this afternoon. We do have that cooling trend again starting today, and showers are very possible this week, especially as we get to Wednesday morning, as we see a transition into those much cooler temperatures. I'm going to get you ready for all of that. My forecast, that's coming up. But for right now, I'm going to send it back to Jill.
Thank you, Jason. The cause of a chemical smell that prompted an evacuation of the Marcus Whitman Hotel in Walla Walla last week has been discovered. Cleanup company Clean Harbors found pure gasoline in a 10-foot deep sump in the basement of the hotel. Authorities suspect the source of the leak could be a 10,000-gallon tank of unleaded fuel at the Chevron station across the street. The suspected tank has been emptied and will be checked for leaks. On Sunday, Clean Harbors and the Department of Ecology performed 2 successful pumping operations, and operations could resume again today. The city says there's no indication the fuel has entered any of Walla Walla's underground waterways. Pacific Power says bills for Washington customers are expected to go up by a few dollars per month starting in October. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to Pacific Power officials about why that increase is happening and what options you have to help with that bill.
Pacific Power relies on a federal credit from the Bonneville Power Administration Residential Exchange Program to bring customers' bills down.
But the credit gets updated every 2 years. And this year, based on that new calculation, that credit is going down.
Which means bills will be going up.
For just a typical residential customer that has typical energy use, we're looking at about $285 per month. So that's a 2.2% increase.
Or about $34 more a year. And while you can always turn the thermostat down or find other ways to conserve power, there's another way to avoid high bills in the summer and winter.
And that's called equal pay. It averages out throughout the year. And so you know exactly how much you're going to have to pay for each month, so you're not surprised by that.
You can also apply to federal, state, and local programs that will help you pay your power bill. And if you get behind, the company will work with you on payment options.
We're not going to call you and demand payment. So if you get a call from Pacific Power saying you pay in 30 minutes or we're going to turn off your power, that is a scam. We don't threaten our customers. We work with our customers.
If you need help managing your energy costs, you can call Pacific Power at 1-888-221-7070 to get help setting up an equal pay plan or finding local resources to help you make those payments. Reporting, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Pacific Power has submitted the proposed changes to the Washington Utilities and Transportation Commission. If approved, they would go into effect on October 1st. You can expect to see another jump in health insurance premiums next year in Washington. If you're getting health care coverage through government marketplaces instead of your company, you can expect to pay almost 9% more on average. Of course, that means some plans will be demanding even bigger increases. Kaiser Foundation Health Plan of the Northwest and Primera Blue Cross will be allowed to raise their rates by more than 17%. The state insurance commissioner, who has decided not to run for re-election after more than 20 years in office, blames medical inflation for the increase.
Cost of hospitals, other types of clinic care, pharmaceuticals, all of that together has been going up in price.
The insurance commissioner says if you're looking to get a new health insurance plan when the marketplace opens up in November, do some comparison work and try to make sure you're picking an option that covers your doctor and any medications that you need. A study published this week says the drug MDMA, which is also known as Molly or ecstasy, shows potential for treating PTSD when it's used in combination with talk therapy. The company that sponsored the research says it's planning to ask for government approval to sell the drug. That could be a long process. The DEA would have to reclassify MDMA, which right now is part of the same group of drugs as heroin, cannabis, and LSD. And the FDA would have to approve using it to treat PTSD. Another potential PTSD treatment now being offered in Oregon is psilocybin, the primary chemical in magic mushrooms. There are just 4 people licensed to grow magic mushrooms in Oregon, which legalized them several years ago, and 10 licensed service centers across the state. The treatment became available to the public earlier this year. If you want to take psilocybin, it has to be at a clinic under supervision of a therapist.
There's a lot of unknowns to this work right now. And so clients are, we're making sure that they're informed about those unknowns, as well as the potential benefits or potential risks of consuming psilocybin.
And this kind of journey is not for the faint of heart. You have to know what you're getting into.
You don't need a prescription or referral for the treatment, but you may need to be patient. Many service centers save hundreds or even thousands, or have hundreds or even thousands of people on their wait lists, and treatments can cost thousands of dollars. Cold and flu season is just around the corner, and while those illnesses typically spread in October, cases in the U.S. have begun to rise. The concern this year distinguishing between COVID, RSV, the flu, and the common cold. Experts say the way symptoms start could help with an at-home diagnosis.
RSV and COVID are more gradual, usually in symptom onset, and may start with a runny nose and then progress to other symptoms.
RSV case numbers are rising in the southern U.S. with small increases in the west and middle of the country.
Loss of appetite is classically something that we associate with RSV, but of course, loss of appetite can be associated with a lot of other infections as well.
RSV symptoms may also include a cough, sneezing, fever, and wheezing. There are updated COVID vaccines along with flu shots and a new shot to protect against RSV. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
All right, folks, slowly waking up on this Monday morning. We have a lot to talk about. Cooler temperatures, possible showers, and a red flag warning today. I'll have your forecast coming up.
Plus, the Seattle Seahawks look to bounce back from their Week 1 loss against the Rams as they travel to Ford Field to challenge the Detroit Lions.
In just the last 2 weeks, GMA's helped real people find thousands of dollars in unclaimed money.
That's yours!
And this morning, we're at it again because there's still billions of dollars in unclaimed money out there. And we're going to show you some of it could be yours on Good Morning America.
Another power bill that has you scratching your head? Let Precision Sheet Metal come to the rescue with AeroSeal. AeroSeal is a revolutionary technology that uses aerosol-based duct sealant to actively find and repair all the leaks, cracks, and gaps in your ductwork. How will that help? Improved efficiency, enhanced comfort, improved indoor air quality, and cost savings. Call Precision Sheet Metal today and find out how AeroSeal can make your home the place to be all year long.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. Plus, receive $1,000 off your new siding project for new construction as well as remodels. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
For real? Missing kickoff? Not on my watch. Ultima's fuel-efficient VC turbo engine hustles like an MVP. Game on.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Get a low $329 per month lease on Altima or get 0% financing for 36 months on the Altima SRVC Turbo.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back, everyone, on this Monday morning. Well, the Seattle Seahawks, they didn't start the season so well last week, falling to the LA Rams 30-13, but they looked to right the ship yesterday in Detroit against the Lions, which means they'd have to ruin the unveiling of a spectacular new Barry Sanders statue at Ford Field, juking a player, no doubt. So, folks, the Lions wouldn't make it easy. They scored 10 points in the last minute and a half to tie the game and send it into overtime. But Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith would step up in extra time, rolling out to his right and slinging a sidearm throw to Tyler Lockett, who would score, and that would win the game for the Hawks. They win it in overtime, 37-31. Well, number 8, Washington went into hostile territory on Saturday to take on the Michigan State Spartans, and the Huskies came out swinging, with Jeremy Bernard scored the longest one-yard touchdown in quite some time. He went quite vertical there. Huskies quarterback Michael Penix Jr. would finish with 473 yards in the air and 4 touchdowns, 3 of them to tight end Jack Westover. That's his other one. Spectacular. The Huskies would roll over the Spartans 41-7. And the Mariners took to the diamond yesterday afternoon, hosting the Dodgers in a series finale as the Dodgers were looking to sweep the Mariners after they clinched the NL West the day before in extra innings. The Dodgers would keep things going as they jumped out to an early 4-0 lead, finishing off Seattle 6-1. Coming up, Riley Fitzgerald joins us with an in-depth look at the University of Central Washington as it's working to make transition to college life a little easier. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. It's coming up next on Good Morning Northwest. Stick with us, everyone.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
It's fair time. Get ready for fun. Central Washington State Fair, September 22nd through October 1st. It's fun for all. For more information, visit fairfun.com.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Get ready, Tri-Cities. We're going back to the Jurassic era. Welcome to Quake, the epicenter of family fun. Quake's facilities features a state-of-the-art trampoline park, tactical laser tag arena, ninja warrior course, video game arcade, virtual reality stations, golf simulators, and much more. There's nothing like it in southeastern Washington. Quake, the epicenter of family fun. Located in Kennewick off I-82 and Weiser Parkway.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Stacy Lee. She knows the Northwest, and she knows Northwest weather.
And we're always working to make sure you get smart, complete forecasts.
Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather, weeknights at 5, 6, and 6:30. She's on your side. It's early fall on the St. Joe River in northern Idaho.
There's a great hiking spot. This is a high-class fly fishing river.
An amazing Fly the Northwest.
Couldn't get anywhere more beautiful.
Apple Valley News Now, Tuesday at 6.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Starting to see a little bit of light out there. And folks, we are looking at a transitional day, and we're going to continue to transition this week as much cooler temperatures are on the way. I'll get to that in a bit. But for today, red flag warning until 8 o'clock tonight. 15 to 25 mile per hour winds expected, a little heavier as per usual in Ellensburg and in Pendleton. This is for all of our areas. Again, a red flag warning is a warning for first responders that fire danger is elevated due to heavy winds, low humidity, and dry conditions. So that's good until 8 o'clock tonight. So do get ready for some blustery conditions today, especially Ellensburg area, Pendleton area. The heaviest winds will be coming as we get into our afternoon hours. So just a little bit blustery today. We could even see a dust storm or two pop up, so keep an eye out for that in your afternoon, even on your drive home tonight, your commute home. So wind outlook, we do look to be right around that 10 mile per hour mark. So some breezy conditions for our week ahead at times. Nothing truly sustained, but we are going to see much more wind than we saw all of last week, especially today. Take a look at our radar. We even have a little bit of shower activity in our periphery. Nothing really coming into our areas today. We have a chance, though, better chance on Wednesday of seeing a little bit of shower activity. And again, folks, a little bit could bleed into Pendleton. We're going to see clearing as the day goes on, but as we get to tomorrow, just a chance of some quick showers, maybe even in Ellensburg. Very, very quick. That'll move along. But as we get to Wednesday morning, as we see much cooler temperatures come into the area, we do have a chance of some scattered showers coming on in. So we're going to keep a close eye on that even into the Wednesday evening hours. So changes are afoot. Now this morning we're staying warm. We're in the lower 60s, mid to upper 50s. Hotspot is Hermiston at 68. But the cloud coverage overhead right now is keeping some of that heat from yesterday in. But our temperatures are going to absolutely drop. Today we're going to be right around our average. Tomorrow we start that cool down to the 60s for our highs. We haven't seen that probably since April or March. So much cooler temperatures are on the way, and we're going to be below our average as we head into our weekend as well. So get ready for chilly conditions. All right, highs today, upper 70s, Yakima, Toppenish, Ellensburg. You're already at 69 with those heavy winds. So big changes coming today. Lower 80s to upper 70s for the Mid-Columbia. And over in the Blue Mountain region, we're right in those upper 70s. So let's take a look at our Yakima 7-day forecast. And folks, we're looking at much cooler temperatures by Wednesday with those showers. And then but first day of fall, we hit fall in the evening hours of Friday. We will be back to those mid to lower 70s into our weekend. But folks, much cooler conditions are on the way. Overnight lows will be routinely in the upper 40s starting Wednesday night. In the Tri-Cities area, we're going to be down to 68 by Wednesday, then mid-70s for our weekend. So well below our average, especially as we get to Wednesday. That's about a 20 or so degree drop from where we were yesterday and Saturday. So folks, today, windy conditions, especially in Ellensburg and Pendleton, with that red flag warning through 8 o'clock tonight.
Students are back to campus at Central Washington University, getting ready to start classes in just a few days. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live in studio this morning to explain how Central has been making the move-in process easier for all first-year students.
Good morning, Jill. Welcome Weekend started Thursday, but extended through the whole weekend. It's mostly first-year students for the first half of Welcome Weekend, and returning and transfer students were welcomed in on Sunday. Every year, Central Washington University brings out volunteers to help this process go smoothly. Trisha Rabel, Director of Housing at Central, says CWU is a residential experience, and the movers and shakers add to that welcome in.
Having students here and living it here is such an important part of their college journey and who they're going to be and who they are going to become, and we get to be a part of that as they move into the residence halls and meet their RA and they meet their neighbors, and you can see the movers and shakers. So our volunteers that are helping do move in are students and faculty and staff and community members that are part of that welcome and saying welcome to Ellensburg and welcome to Central.
2,000 students moved into residence halls over the weekend with help from those movers and shakers. According to Rabel, Central has had this welcoming committee for more than 30 years, helping first-year students into one of Central's 20 residence halls. The fall quarter begins Wednesday, September 20th. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, I also spoke with some of those movers and shakers about what they saw from students and parents heading in. That's coming up, but for now, Jill, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, the co-founder of Rolling Stone magazine is facing backlash as his new book, The Masters, is released.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. Order Hubby's Pizza tonight and get a large 16-inch pepperoni pizza for just $15.99. Mouth-watering yumminess. The perfect fresh dough and toppings for a quick and easy dinner. Dine in or carry out. Come acquire the Hubby's Habit, your hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Fall is almost here. Before the winter months hit, now is a great time to make sure your trees and shrubs are ready for the weather ahead. Top Tree Service is your best bet for tree trimming and removal projects. Our ISA certified arborists know how to tackle your tree trimming in a way that promotes future growth and preserves the health of your trees. To learn more, visit us online at toptreellc.com or call Top Tree today to schedule your free estimate.
Did you see this? It says most people are going to need long-term care that health insurance and Medicare won't cover.
I saw that, and it got me thinking, if I need to pay for home modifications or in-home care, I am not prepared. Are you?
Not really. I mean, whatever happens, I just want to know that I'll be able to get care and stay in my own home as I age.
Right? I want that too. So,
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
This newscast sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, now to the controversy in the music industry. The co-founder of Rolling Stone magazine has been removed from his leadership position at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of what he said about black and female artists. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis.
This morning, Rolling Stone magazine co-founder Jan Wenner faces a firestorm of controversy over remarks he made to the New York Times about the singers and musicians he chose and did not choose to profile in his new book entitled The Masters.
The people I interviewed had to meet a couple of criteria. One, just kind of my personal interest and love of them. Insofar as the women, I mean, there were just none of them were as articulate enough on this intellectual level.
Wenner's profiles were of white male performers, including Mick Jagger, John Lennon, and Bono, while notable women and black performers were not profiled.
It's not that they're not creative geniuses. It's not that they're inarticulate, although go have a deep conversation with Grace Slick or Janice. Please be my guest. You know, Joni was not a philosopher of rock and roll. She didn't, in my mind, meet that test, not by her work, not by other interviews she did. For public relations sake, maybe I should have gone and found one black and one woman artist to include here that didn't measure up to that same historical standards, just to avert this kind of criticism.
Winter's comments to the Times prompted his immediate removal from the board of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Winter responded to the backlash, saying, "In my interview with the New York Times, I made comments that diminished the contributions, genius, and impact of black and women artists, and I apologize wholeheartedly for those remarks."
He also went on to say in the interview that his profiles of only white male performers were not deliberate, adding that it just fell together that way, and that in retrospect, he does wish he would have interviewed the late Marvin Gaye or Otis Redding. British comedian Russell Brand is denying allegations of sexual assault. Reports published in the UK on Saturday cite the accounts of 4 different women who spoke out anonymously. The incidents are alleged to have happened between 2006 and 2013. In a video posted to social media, he said he refutes these, quote, very serious criminal charges. Coming up, nearly 13,000 people across 3 states are on the picket line as the United Auto Workers Union continues its strike against major automakers. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
These dancing stars are ready to turn it up.
It's a new spin on Dancing with the Stars.
Live September 26th.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. Plus, receive $1,000 off your new siding project for new construction as well as remodels. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located, and now Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95, and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
In this economy, we're all feeling the impact of inflation. And as interest rates continue to rise, getting a vehicle loan can sometimes be a challenge. That's why now is a great time to lease a new Ford. Lease a new 2023 Escape for $429 a month for 36 months with $38.79 due at signing. Security deposit waived by Ford Credit. Offer expires 10/2. These deals won't last long, so come visit Corwin Ford Tri-Cities today. A documentary service fee in an amount up to $200 may be added to the sale price or the capitalized cost.
No insurance? No problem. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, our membership plan starts at just $79 and costs only $35 a month. That's 2 cleanings, x-rays, and much more for just $35 a month. Learn more at WRFDC.com or PDPNW.com. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
Wake up with Good Morning Northwest on Apple Valley News Now, followed by America's #1 morning show.
Good morning, America.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Nearly 2,600 people have been laid off at GM and Ford in the wake of the United Auto Workers strike. This comes as the industry shifts toward electric cars, but legislators are putting things in place to protect the sale of gas-powered cars.
We have a red flag warning today. Cooler temperatures starting to take grip as well. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to the work week. Welcome to your final summer Monday.
Yes.
As we hit fall, the autumnal equinox will be hitting on Friday evening, and big changes coming this week after a pretty summer-like weekend.
It has been. It hasn't really started feeling like fall until this week, maybe.
That's right, and we're going to see highs in the 60s by Wednesday. Let's take a look outside and slowly starting to wake up this morning. We're about 8 or so minutes from actual sunrise. As sunrise is getting later and later, my goodness. We do have a red flag warning today. And again, red flag warning is just an alert for first responders that low humidity, heavy winds, and dry conditions are making elevated fire danger throughout our areas. So that's going to last until 8 o'clock tonight. Heaviest winds will be in Ellensburg. Could see 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts, even up to 40 mile per hour there. Pendleton, probably around 10 to 20 mile per hour winds today. Our rest of our areas, pretty much around 15 mile per hour. That'll come in the afternoon. For our highs today, we're about 10 degrees off of what we saw over our weekend. Upper 70s to lower 80s. We'll see a little bit more sunshine as the day goes on today as well. But we have a chance of seeing some showers return, especially as we get to Wednesday. So a lot of changes coming this week. So heavy winds today in Ellensburg. Cooling trend starts today and showers this week. All the timing of all of that's coming up. But for right now, we're going to send you back to Jill.
California is suing Big Oil, accusing the industry of knowing about the dangers of burning fossil fuels for decades while deceiving the public. State Attorney General Rob Bonta filed a civil suit Friday against BP, ExxonMobil, Chevron, Shell, ConocoPhillips, and the American Petroleum Institute. The 135-page complaint says the oil companies have known since at least the 1960s that burning fossil fuels would warm the planet, but downplayed the risks, leading to deadly and costly environmental disasters like wildfires, unclean air, extreme heat waves, and record-breaking droughts. The suit points to a 1968 report by Stanford researchers paid for by the American Petroleum Institute that warned about environmental damage and significant temperature changes. In response to the lawsuit, a Shell spokesperson said action is needed to reduce emissions and address climate change, but argued the courtroom is not the place to do it. The American Petroleum Institute said it has made progress with reducing emissions over the past 2 decades while keeping up with America's energy needs. As the auto industry switches over to electric vehicles, making electric vehicles requires factory changes and fewer people on the assembly lines. In Congress, lawmakers in the House of Representatives have passed a bill that could slow down the push to move away from gas-powered vehicles. The EPA sets nationwide standards for vehicle emissions, which is the pollution coming from your exhaust pipe. States aren't supposed to be able to set their own rules, but California has special permission to set harsher standards for vehicle emissions if they get the go-ahead from the EPA. Right now, California is waiting on a waiver that would require all new cars sold in the nation's largest auto market to be emissions-free by 2035. And that will impact Washington, too, since the state legislature created a law in 2020 requiring the Department of Ecology to follow California's emissions standards. Washington Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers says the Preserving Choice in Vehicle Purchases Act would stop the EPA from giving out any waivers that would ban selling vehicles with internal combustion engines. The bill would also require the EPA to take back the waiver it granted to California last year. Now, will this proposal go anywhere? It's not likely right now. Democrats control the Senate, and they're not likely to even discuss the bill. The United Auto Workers Union's historic simultaneous picket against Detroit's big 3 auto companies continues after both sides failed to reach labor agreements over the weekend. The strike is also now threatening the livelihoods of workers who haven't walked off the job. ABC's Justin Finch with the latest from Washington.
This morning, nearly 13,000 auto workers are returning to the picket line. The United Auto Workers Union pressing ahead with its first ever simultaneous strike against Detroit's big 3 automakers.
We're prepared to do whatever we have to do, so the membership is ready.
The UAW says it held negotiations with General Motors and Ford over the weekend, reporting reasonably productive conversations with Ford. Chrysler and Jeep parent company Stellantis says it's raised its hourly wage offer by nearly 21%. But still not enough for the UAW, which is demanding that the Big Three revive worker pensions, better retiree benefits, cost of living adjustments, and a 40% pay increase.
They can barely make it. They deserve a living wage, and they need to be brought up to what we make.
The automakers call the union's demands too costly as it takes on the added expense of building electric vehicles. The strike spurring reaction from Republicans and Democrats.
I'm somebody that believes in free enterprise. I think those are decisions that can be made by shareholders and creating pressure.
If you work hard and play by the rules, you should be able to provide a comfortable living for yourself, for your family.
Now, at least 2 automakers announcing temporary layoffs for non-striking workers, some 2,000 at GM and some 600 at Ford.
The UAW president is slamming those auto worker cuts, saying the companies don't have to lay off a single employee, could double every worker's pay and not raise auto prices and still make billions. The auto company CEOs not publicly responding. The Biden administration has issued a proposed rule that would clarify and reinforce protections for government employees. The proposed rule would apply to the 2.2 million federal workers who are in non-political positions. It includes clarifications that federal employees can't lose certain civil service protections unless they give them up voluntarily. The move would also make it more difficult to reclassify federal workers into a category where they could be stripped of certain protections. The announcement comes as several Republican presidential candidates, including former President Trump, have made reducing the federal workforce a key component of their campaign. In a statement, the director of the OPM says the proposed rule is meant to ensure that workers can, quote, carry out their duties without fear of political reprisal. The IRS has frozen a pandemic-era employer tax benefit, that amid rising concerns about improper employee retention credit claims. The agency is investigating nearly $3 billion in possibly fraudulent claims. According to the IRS, there are growing reports of ineligible claims that puts companies at risk for scams. Officials say this move is just temporary but will remain in place through the end of the year. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Starting to wake up on your Monday morning, and folks, we have cooler temperatures, we have fire danger today, and some shower activity on the way, and windy conditions as well. A lot to talk about. Your First Alert weather forecast is coming up.
Plus, we are celebrating the cheeseburger today. When we come back, we'll tell you why you may be able to track down some special deals on one of America's favorite foods.
This newscast sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Spicy chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of fire emoji, chili emoji, grinning face with sweat emoji, and wouldn't it be double fire emoji if they came back? Spicy chicken McNuggets, they're back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates, that's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade, it's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy, it's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Navigating a real estate transaction can be overwhelming, from finding the right property to navigating the closing process. That's why a successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process, an in-house marketing team to maximize your home's exposure, transaction coordinators to ensure accuracy throughout the transaction, and a network of local industry experts. With Windermere on your side, you can have peace of mind and confidence in your real estate journey.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's early fall on the St. Joe River in northern Idaho.
There's a great hiking spot. This is a high-class fly fishing river.
An amazing Fly the Northwest.
Couldn't get anywhere more beautiful.
Apple Valley News Now, Tuesday at 6.
Next Live.
Rai-Rai's back.
And he's joining us as we kick off Live's Record Breaker Week on the #1 entertainment talk show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This morning, we celebrate one of America's favorite foods. September 18th is National Cheeseburger Day. According to the National Day calendar, this cheesy, sometimes greasy food item dates back to the 1920s.
Usually greasy. Many eateries have claimed to have invented the cheeseburger, including a California sandwich shop that said they came up with it in 1926. But the Humpty Dumpty Drive-In in Denver was the first to trademark the actual name cheeseburger in 1935.
Interesting. Well, luckily you don't have to travel to Denver to honor the fast food staple. To celebrate the day, just stop by your favorite spot, order one, and enjoy. Also, be on the lookout for special cheeseburger discounts and deals in celebration of the day.
All right, what's the perfect toppings for a cheeseburger for
Oh,
you?
I'm so classic. I just love ketchup and mustard, maybe relish.
Okay.
A pickle. I need a pickle on there.
All right, I like just ketchup and onions.
Okay, yeah.
Just perfect. All right, quick look outside. We've got a wild day ahead, folks. Fire danger, rain on the way, cooler temperatures. My First Alert weather forecast is next.
And Riley Fitzgerald joins us one final time to tell us about what it was like for Central Washington students to get back on campus. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
During our fall tire sale, save up to $250 on a set of 4 select tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $30 on the GTA 26 handheld battery pruner. Real steel. Find yours.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with the lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
It's like being in a lava lamp. Sagebrush and Bloom, your retro decor store. Groovy clothing and far-out furniture, and the music that takes you back. Sagebrush and Bloom, the vintage store you've been looking for. With close to 20 vendors, there's something for everybody. Come visit us today.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. And folks, we have changes as we're counting down the last few days of summer as we hit fall Friday evening. All right, starting to see some light out there. Quite a bit of cloud coverage for your day. We are going to see a little bit more sunshine as the day goes on, or a little bit of clearing. We do have a red flag warning today due to elevated winds, especially Ellensburg and Pendleton areas. Could see winds 15 to 25 mile per hour sustained. 40 mile per hour gusts are possible, but with the low humidity and dry conditions, fire danger is elevated. So the red flag warning is for first responders to just understand we have elevated fire danger through 8 o'clock tonight. So wind speeds right now slowly starting to pick up, some double digits in there. And again, the heaviest winds will be in Ellensburg and Pendleton. Timing will be in the afternoon. So keep an eye out. Could even see a little bit of blowing dust in our afternoon hours. So keep an eye out for that. So our wind outlook, it is going to slow down as we move along in our week, right around 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. So some breezy conditions at times, again, higher than we saw all of last week. So we're seeing a little bit of a change in our wind for the first time in 2 weeks. Also a little bit of shower activity, possibly just a bit in Pendleton from just showers kind of in our periphery. And we're going to see a little bit of shower activity, very possible, maybe tomorrow morning. But better chance will be as we get to Wednesday morning as we see a change. But still maybe a little bit of scattered showers coming in Tuesday early. But as we get to Tuesday, looking pretty nice. As we get to Wednesday morning, as we see changes in our temperatures, we have a chance of seeing some shower activity, especially in our evening hours. You can even see a little thunder and lightning with those heavier cells. So we'll keep a close eye on that. So as we look at our temperatures this morning, we're staying warm, mid to lower 60s, mid to upper 50s. Hot spot is 68 for Hermiston. But with the cloud coverage holding in that heat from over our weekend, we're going to see much cooler mornings as we move along in our days. And folks, 68 right now in Hermiston. That is around what your high is going to be on Wednesday. So we're at our average today. Then for the rest of the week and into our weekend, we're going to be below our average, especially by Wednesday. This is for the Tri-City, 68. So about a 20-degree drop from what we saw over the weekend to what we're seeing on Wednesday. So our highs today, we're in those upper 70s for Yakima and Toppenish. Look at Ellensburg already around at 69. In the Mid-Columbia, lower 80s, upper 70s for the Blue Mountain region as well. 7-day forecast, and again, folks, fall hits Friday evening. Good chance of some shower activity on Wednesday. Again, 67 in Yakima, and only getting up to those mid-70s for Friday and Saturday. Lower 70s Thursday and Sunday. Overnight lows routinely in the upper 40s starting Tuesday late night into Wednesday. Tri-Cities area, 75 by tomorrow, 68 by Wednesday. Mid-70s return Friday through your weekend. Overnight lows, lower 50s. So folks, as we enter fall, much cooler conditions, especially Wednesday, are on the way. Today, highs mostly upper 70s, lower 80s with Windy conditions, especially in our afternoon, with the fire danger elevated through 8 o'clock tonight. And could see some shower activity start to creep in maybe Tuesday morning, but better chance on Wednesday.
Students are back to campus at Central Washington University, getting ready to start classes in just a few days. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live in studio this morning to tell us what she saw during move-in weekend.
Good morning, Jill. Welcome Weekend started Thursday, but extended through the whole weekend. Hundreds of students moved into their campus residence halls. Every year, Central Washington University brings out volunteers to help this process go smoothly. These are the movers and shakers. It's been the same process at Central Washington University Welcome Week for more than 3 decades, to try and make move-in as stress-free as possible.
Carrying the boxes, and it's warm, and getting to the right spot in the building, but it's also about letting the parents and the family members and the support network for those students and the student enjoy the moment and not worry about the logistics. Have someone that swarms your car and grabs all your stuff and gets it to the room so you can think about where I'm at and have that moment be really special without the worrying about the little things.
Trisha Rabel, Director of Housing at Central, says CWU is a residential experience, and the movers and shakers add to that welcome in.
And you can see the movers and shakers. So our volunteers that are helping do move-in are students and faculty and staff and community members that are part of that welcome.
This move-in crew consists of anyone who volunteered to help, even first-year students like Nailani, who just moved in themselves the day before. Nailani volunteered to help make other first-year students feel more at ease.
Trying to feel a little bit more comfortable. Some of them seem a little tired, not like too into it, but like it's okay. It's okay. I'll try to be as energetic for them.
College move-in can be nerve-wracking for everyone involved, from students moving away for the first time to parents sending their children out into the world, possibly living under another roof for the first time.
It's the first day of like college kind of move-in, so yeah, you're going to be a little bit nervous, kind of setting everything up, figuring out where you want everything.
For Dora and her husband, movers and shakers this year as well, they're not parents of or students at Central, but come to all the sports and music events on campus to support the Wildcats. Dora says this is their first time as movers and shakers, and it's exciting to be part of this welcoming committee and get to talk with parents who seem just as nervous as their students.
Some of them were a little nervous, and they were all excited, and the students are just really excited to be here on campus, so that's really great to see.
The movers and shakers try their best to alleviate those stresses and keep moving on. The fall quarter begins Wednesday, September 20th. Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we're staying in Ellensburg at Central Washington University to talk about a multi-million-dollar project to renovate and expand the Nicholson Pavilion. We'll take a look inside the construction zone tomorrow morning. Jill, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. We will be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast. But first, a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the allegations against Russell Brand.
But I feel like I'm being attacked.
The British comedian, famous for playing a rock star and forgetting Sarah Marshall.
My ex-boyfriend.
Oh, right, hey, I'm Alder Snow.
I know who you are, yeah, you're very, very famous.
And a villain in Despicable Me.
Can I drink this?
Do you want to explode? But now 5 women making allegations, 4 of them anonymously, during an in-depth collaborative documentary by multiple British media organizations accusing him of rape, sexual assault, and abuse. Brand posting a video online addressing the allegations.
As I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on this developing story. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Travel, there is nothing like it.
Dancing is my passion.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
I was constantly itching.
Whatever I was doing.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe.
Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:53. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. A man is dead following a drive-by shooting in Kennewick last night. According to Kennewick Police, patrol officers responded to reports of a drive-by shooting in the 600 block of North Tweed Street around 10:45 last night. They found a man suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Medics on the scene tried to save his life, but he did not survive. The victim has been identified as 40-year-old Arthur Amaya. The preliminary investigation suggests the suspects are gang involved. However, family members on the scene say the victim is not involved in gangs. Anyone with information is asked to call non-emergency dispatch at 509-628-0333 or leave an anonymous tip online. The cause of a chemical smell that prompted an evacuation of the Marcus Whitman Hotel in Walla Walla last week has been discovered. Cleanup company Clean Harbors found pure gasoline in a 10-foot deep sump in the basement of the hotel. Authorities suspect the source of the leak could be a 10,000-gallon tank of unleaded fuel at the Chevron station across the street. The suspected tank has been emptied and will be checked for leaks. Pacific Power says bills for Washington customers are expected to go up by a few dollars per month starting in October. Pacific Power relies on a federal credit from the Bonneville Power Administration Residential Exchange Program to bring customers' bills down, but with less credit this year, bills will be going up by about $2.85 a month for a typical residential customer. There are federal, state, and local programs that can help. There should be another jump in health insurance premiums next year in Washington. If you're getting health care coverage through government marketplaces, you can expect to pay almost 9% more on average. That means some plans will be demanding even bigger increases. If you're looking to get a new health insurance plan when the marketplace opens up in November, you're asked to do some comparison work and try to make sure you're picking an option that covers your doctor and any medications you may need. Another potential PTSD treatment now being offered in Oregon is psilocybin, the primary chemical in magic mushrooms. There are just 4 people licensed to grow magic mushrooms in Oregon, which legalized them several years ago, and 10 licensed service centers across the state. The treatment became available to the public earlier this year. If you want to take psilocybin, it has to be at a clinic under supervision of a therapist.
Good Monday morning, everyone. And after a very hot weekend, we have changes starting today, and they're going to continue for this week as much cooler temperatures will be taking grip. We also have a red flag warning today till 8 o'clock tonight. That's a warning for first responders that fire danger is elevated. We have heavy winds today, especially in Ellensburg and in the Pendleton area. 15 to 25 mile per hour winds. Could see gusts up to 40 miles per hour. The heaviest stuff will be hitting in the afternoon. Could even see some dust storms come in, so keep an eye out for that. Seeing some double temperatures throughout, or double-digit wind speeds throughout our areas. So do get ready for things to be changing as we're moving into our afternoon. Folks, we are looking at a little bit of shower activity for the first time coming into our areas. So just a little bit kind of in our periphery. Could see a little bit coming into Pendleton, but we're going to see some shower activity very likely as we get to Wednesday. Wednesday morning, a little more scattered and a little bit more sustained as we get into Wednesday evening. So a little bit of shower activity with those cooler temperatures on the way. So right now, mid to lower 60s to mid to upper 50s, staying a little bit warmer for our morning hours with that cloud coverage, but do get ready for much cooler temperatures. Highs today, upper 70s, 69 for Ellensburg, but upper 70s for Yakima, Toppenish. Mid-Columbia, we're right in the mid to lower 80s, upper 70s for the Blue Mountain region. Highs will be in the 60s by Wednesday. Jill.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. Your local news is back tonight at 5.